Google does a really good job of constantly scanning your account and looking for things you might be interested in. But we also have the ability to simply go in and create our own alerts for things that we know we're interested in. And we can also tell Google to contact us directly when those things occur. It's a sinking feeling when you log into your analytics after some time and find that something's changed on your site that broke your analytics tracking and your goals haven't been tracking for the last month. Or worse yet, what if something really was wrong with your site and you didn't realize it? Because, let's be honest, how often do we actually go in and use our own contact form to contact ourselves? Relying on your visitors to alert you when something is broken isn't a great strategy either. So one obvious custom alert might be to tell us when there's been a drastic drop in some of our key performance indicators. So first, let's create an alert based on goal conversion rate dropping by more than 80%. We simply go down here, click on Create a Custom Alert, give it a name that makes sense to us. We have the option of applying it to the current profile or other profiles at the same time. We can also select the period. In this case, it can be 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. We'll keep it at 1 day. And I also want it to email me when this alert is triggered. Here we set the alert conditions. In this case, I want it to apply to all the traffic. And I'm going to select when goal conversion rate decreases by more than 80% based on the same day in the previous week. This keeps us from getting alerts when our traffic from a weekday drops to the traffic on a Saturday, even though that's a normal trend. We click Create Alert. And now we can see that we have this custom alert goal conversions drop by 80%. That's it. Now, one potential problem with what I've done here is that goal conversions are based on quantity, not value. You may have heard of instances where stores do a typo and they put items for sale for $10 that normally cost $1,000. Well, their goal metrics would probably be through the roof as people would be snapping up those items. So instead, to figure that out here, we could set an alert based on revenue rather than goal conversion rate. For example, I could say, if revenue drops by 80%. When revenue decreases by more than 80% based on same day in the previous week. Another thing I like to think about is traffic. Hopefully, if your site goes down for an extended period of time, you won't need Google Analytics to tell you about it. But what we do see quite often is that when your site changes and it breaks your Google Analytics tracking code implementation, you wouldn't necessarily know anything is wrong until you actually log into Google Analytics and notice it. So setting a traffic-based alert, say 60% drop, can help us identify not just actual traffic alerts, but things where Google Analytics sees a traffic drop due to an implementation problem. So let's say here, traffic drops by more than %. We create this alert, and it'll tell us when traffic drops. We can also think about setting this up based on different types of marketing. Let's say, for example, you want to track if your site suddenly got dropped out of the search engine rankings. What we could do is set up a weekly or monthly alert based on organic traffic only, rather than all traffic. So let's set this to a week. Okay, so in this case, we want to go down to our all traffic here, and we're instead going to select a medium. Google's actually going to search through our account and find all the different mediums that are in use currently, so that we can easily select one of them. In this case, I'll select organic. In this case, I probably want to know if it drops by more than, say, 20% rather than 60%. And I'll probably want to set one up where if it decreases by more than 20, and I'm probably also interested in being alerting if it goes up by more than 20%. One last example. Measuring response to branding efforts can be somewhat difficult. But if you're about to launch a viral campaign and you want to see when the buzz hits, this can be very easy with custom alerts. Let's say you set up an alert based only on the specific keywords that you care about, and we're going to have Google send us an email if our metrics go up or down by 20%. We'll call this branding traffic. And in this case, we want to see if this goes up by more than 20%. We want to go ahead and change this to keyword. Instead of matching exactly, I want to say that this contains, and then I'm just simply going to put whatever my brand keyword happens to be here that I'm searching on. I can change this to be period of day, week, whatever you want to do. And again, I would go ahead and set one that goes up and one that goes down. And there's only one caveat here. These alerts are generated each night, and the tightest time frame you can select is a day. So if your web server goes down at 9 a.m., you won't be immediately paged. This isn't a minute-by-minute uptime monitoring service per se, so if you need that kind of thing, there are plenty of tools out there that do that kind of thing, but this isn't going to be it. However, custom alerts are a powerful tool that keep a lookout on your behalf and keep you from getting blindsided when things do change.